Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, Acolytes of a Galaxy Far Far Away, and let's go ahead and break down some more Kenobi news that we have. This time news involving the roles of Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, as well as the Inquisitors. With that said, there will be minor spoilers in this video for Kenobi, as tons of brand new stories are beginning to drop as Lucasfilm wants all eyes on the upcoming project on May 25th. First though, according to our analytics, a lot of you guys that watch the channel haven't actually subscribed yet, so if you've been enjoying the content, be sure to force crush that subscribe button. Anyway friends, let's get into it. Before we jump right into Kenobi and talking about Vader's role as well as Luke Skywalker's role, we actually have a report of a sequence involving the Inquisitors. Just a few days ago, it was officially announced that Rupert Friend was playing the Grand Inquisitor in Kenobi, along with two other confirmed Inquisitors, that being the 7th Sister and the 5th Brother, all three prominently featured in the Star Wars Rebels animated series. Kenobi is set in a highly interesting period of time for the Star Wars franchise. The Inquisitors are still actively hunting Jedi, but the Jedi are waning throughout the galaxy, therefore leading Vader to become more and more frustrated with the prospects that he has not found some of the most powerful Jedi that he knows as well as his master knows to still be in hiding, that being Kenobi and Yoda. Specifically obviously though Kenobi, as he is the one that injured Vader so long ago on Mustafar, and him not being able to hunt down the aged Jedi Master is causing Vader to become far more distressed as every single day passes where Kenobi is not located, not to mention more powerful due to his hatred in the dark side increasing. This is also sort of a do or die time for the Inquisitors, as their role in the galaxy is transitioning and they're not sure what their role will be past the events of hunting down all of the Jedi. A fate that we know at the end of Star Wars Rebels makes the Inquisitors far more expendable. The Empire at this point in time is very much in a transitionary period, where the new foe will soon come to be the Rebel Alliance rather than the Jedi. In a new report coming directly from Making Star Wars, he actually comments on a scene involving the Grand Inquisitor and Moses Ingram's character, who is likely playing the 7th Sister. In the scene description it says, quote, "The Inquisitors in Obi-Wan Kenobi are far more brutal than we ever see them in Star Wars Rebels. There is one sequence where the Grand Inquisitor is amusingly shocked by the brutality of Moses Ingram's character. As we've seen before, the 7th Sister is particularly brutal among the other Inquisitors, with the Grand Inquisitor being slightly more refined, brutal in his own sense, but still a more refined version of the Inquisitors, while the 5th Brother and the 7th Sister are very much the brutes of the pack, and very much enjoy toying with their prey." We obviously know that all three Inquisitors will make it out of Kenobi, as they all meet their demise at the end of Star Wars Rebels in the first season and the second season respectively, with the 5th Brother and the 7th Sister both killed at the hand of a returned Maul in season 2 of Rebels, and the Grand Inquisitor not wanting to face Lord Vader for his failures, ultimately choosing death over facing the Dark Lord. In addition to this though, we also have updates on the role of Darth Vader, who is the most anticipated returning character besides Kenobi himself, as well as a very young Luke Skywalker, around 6 years old in fact, as Kenobi takes place 6 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith. Making Star Wars is reporting that Obi-Wan Kenobi will venture off of Tatooine at the conclusion of the second episode, with the Inquisitor serving as the main antagonist for the first 2 episodes of Kenobi. But also prominent roles featured will be Leia Organa as well as Luke Skywalker in the first 2 chapters. However, Obi-Wan Kenobi will be called off of Tatooine at the end of the second chapter for currently unknown reasons. Making Star Wars has said that Darth Vader here will be much angrier than we've ever seen him before, comparing him to Luke Skywalker's encounter with Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back, where Vader toyed with Luke. Here though, Vader is not messing around and is out for blood, as the opportunity to finally hunt down and rid the galaxy of his greatest foe in Obi-Wan Kenobi is too elusive for him to go half-heartedly at. This is Darth Vader at his most dangerous and his most ruthless, as Obi-Wan Kenobi is the individual that he hates more than anyone in the Star Wars galaxy. There's also reports that the final confrontation with Vader will take place away from Tatooine, which would obviously make sense in the canonical story that takes place on Tatooine in the events of A New Hope, and Vader being unaware that Kenobi is on the desert world. Making Star Wars is also reporting that Vader will not appear until the 3rd episode of Kenobi, and that from that point on, being episodes 3, 4, 5, and 6, he will serve as the main antagonist, with the Inquisitors very much taking on a secondary role. The report indicates that Obi-Wan will actually meet up with Leia, who is in need of help during the 2nd episode of the Kenobi series. When we first encounter Leia in A New Hope, she asks Obi-Wan for help directly, leading into the idea that the two of them have met before, and Leia knows exactly that he is the last hope in the galaxy for her, or at least at the time she thinks so. with Kenobi ultimately establishing these events in A New Hope. The idea that it's actually Leia needing the help of Obi-Wan Kenobi that draws him away from Tatooine is also a highly intriguing idea, and with Obi-Wan deciding to break his exile momentarily in order to help out one of the Skywalker twins. And the final piece of information again has to do with Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader. Apparently throughout the series, Obi-Wan Kenobi is struggling with the idea that Anakin is truly gone, and at several points throughout the series, Obi-Wan will attempt to appeal to Vader's lighter side, trying to reach his old friend in Anakin Skywalker, which will likely be paired with many flashbacks, which is also rumored to occur throughout the series, with flashbacks as Hayden Christensen returning as Anakin. At the end of the series though, it is said that Vader and Obi-Wan will have come to terms with the fate of one another, which will lead directly into again the events of A New Hope all the way to Return of the Jedi, where Obi-Wan believes that Vader is irredeemable, and that the boy that he once trained is completely gone, and that this new Dark Lord has taken over. It is said that Obi-Wan is filled with regret for the way that he left things with Anakin and the way Anakin ultimately fell to the dark side, and he himself is seeking some form of redemption throughout the series, wanting Darth Vader to become Anakin yet again and embrace the light. Obi-Wan is willing to forgive Anakin throughout the series, but all Vader wants is blood and death. Anyway, my friends, what are your thoughts on these various reports coming from Making Star Wars about the Kenobi series? What are your thoughts on the roles of the Inquisitors, as well as that of Luke, Leia, and obviously Darth Vader? What are your thoughts on an angrier depiction of Darth Vader who is now completely out for blood and is not willing to toy with Kenobi at all? Also, what are your thoughts on Obi-Wan's opinion of Vader and him believing that perhaps there's some Anakin left inside the Dark Lord? But what do you think will ultimately end up where Obi-Wan believes that Vader is the only persona left and that Anakin exists no longer? What dark deed must Vader commit to have Obi-Wan completely abandon his former friend and Padawan? As always, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching the channel. Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything Kenobi related, and may the Force be with you.